point. When we get to a Final Three, it doesn't matter. It's every man's game.
100%.
So here's my offer though.
But I also want to make sure that we get to Final Three.
That's what I'm saying. If you send one of us home,
You know what I mean,
the
man?
odds of anything happening for you, I'm just saying, it makes a target on you. And the odds of you making it that far, sending one of us home, goes slimmer when one of us goes home. And you know that. Just because...
It's an odds game. It's reducing
risk.
It's an odds
game.
That's
it is. It's a numbers game. And you know that. And you know we have the numbers right now. And you know that this is offering you a piece.
I wouldn't even say that. I'm not even saying we have the numbers. It doesn't matter that. I'm not saying that we have the numbers.
I know
All I'm
it's a
saying
weird
is
thing to say,
it reduces risk.
Right.
And that's what you're doing. There's another... no one's going to be upset. And then you fall into the background. You rectified your side. Everything works out okay. It looks like that was the plan from the start. Yeah. You did what you needed to do. Think on it. I want to get out of here before we ruin the secrecy around this.
Yes, because the
think
only
on it. It
way
makes sense from a gameplay. I don't want to like, sit here and patronize you too much.
But no, I want to hear more of his thoughts. While we got it, nobody's coming yet. If anybody comes, you jump in there. I'm going to say, hey, can I have a minute one-on-one? Let's hear you.
My also thoughts are, I don't know if it would mitigate blood, because this wasn't just like some move I just came up with. This is people from both sides. One of the questions I asked both of you was about the dynamic of the house.
Right.
And your guys' name came up from a lot of people on both sides.
Right.
Makes sense.
It makes sense.
Because we're boisterous, we run around the house. It makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. But what I can say is, of all those people that were saying, dude, you're fine.
But I'm saying if I can...
All right.
I'm going to go out.
Cool.
But just know that I'm in on this as well.
Okay.
I'm with you. We've
if
talked
anything,
this out.
I'm just telling him I'm apologizing. He's just nervous. Look, I know I agree with you. We kind of came on too strong, and a lot of people have been rubbed. But I'll tell you, man, I really do think, even on a personal level, we all got along from week one, and that's what sucks. Is like the other side got to you first, and we sat back and kind of waited, and then day 3 and 4, it was like we were already playing catch up. Like we were behind. I wasn't offered in on Swaggy's alliance. I was targeted from him, and it sucks. I still don't know how the whole Steve thing went down. I don't know why nobody's talking about it, but here it is, this golden opportunity where it clicked this afternoon. And I'm like, dude, here we go. Like this could hide us 3. We could ride this thing. We really could, and it's only this week that it would work because of Caitlin and what she did, and it's a way for you, like he said, to please both sides. And I know what you're saying, but I'm telling you, man, wouldn't you rather have a guaranteed almost 95% chance of us 3 running this thing to the final 3, or send one of us home, and then we're all fighting for our lives, and before you know it, you've got a huge target on your back.
And then here is my final reservation that I have as of right now.
Right.
Is if we're using each other as pawns,
Yeah.
I go up. I already have 2 comp wins.
Well,
I'm
just
low-hanging fruit.
I'm saying-
Anyone can easily be like, oh, he's 1 comp. Let's get rid
No,
of
no,
him.
no. I'm saying only if you're okay with it. I'm saying if we take 2 weeks here to where we make a public little apology thing and everything's great and cool, then we don't have to use each other as pawns. People forget in this game, and that's one thing you know. People have already forgotten that Steve went home. People have already forgotten about my vote. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People forget. So, but what I'm saying is for the next 2 weeks, for the next 3 weeks, it's a golden opportunity. And I'm not saying I would ever use you as a pawn unless you're 100% fine with it, and it's a week where we can kind of finagle how we're going to get you off. Because I don't want it to go to a vote, and it doesn't matter. Even if it did, like I said, we would convince the majority. But if you needed me as a pawn, it would make perfect sense, right? And then we can truly start to narrow down the other part of the house. Because why'd you put Winston up? Well, he's blew up on you. It's a perfect hide in plain sight kind of alliance. And I get a chance to play in the veto, to win one and freaking take myself off. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying that this has worked in the past too. You've seen a lot of seasons. It's worked. It can work, but the only way it's going to work is built on trust and built on talking and communicating without anyone knowing, which means secret meetings at 4 a.m. It's a long game, but it's a long-term game, and I think it's a good solution. And you know in your heart that who you have right now, and I'm not going to put them down, but I'm just saying, I think that us 3 could run it, and you know that.
That kind of makes me think of another reservation I have.
Let me hear.
Most of these people have watched 19. This is season 19 strategy with Paul, but except with only 1 duo instead of 2 or 3.
Not necessarily. None of us are vets.
Well, yeah, I know, but like, I mean, it's just him pairing to a group of two, and then he did it a bunch of times.
Right.
So people may catch on to it kind of
Right.
quick.
That's an option.
That's a
That is
risk.
very true. I will say this though, without don't quote me on this or throw me under the bus. I don't think anybody else in the house is that smart. Let's be honest. I mean, I'm glad you laughed, but I'm being serious. Be real with me, Scottie. Some of these people don't even know what they're doing.
That's the thing. You don't know if they're acting.
That's
if
true.
they're acting, then it's
Touche.
super
But if they're
impressive.
acting, then they're doing
They're
the
good.
best damn job I've ever seen. Because some of them have already forgotten that there's prize money at the end. Do you know what I mean? Let's be honest. Shoot it straight. You want to go and you want to win, and I respect that. And I do, and Brad does. And us three are the three that can do it. And you know that. Now, I know I hate to throw everybody under the bus and say that, but people are here for other reasons. There's people here for Twitter followers. There's people here for, you know it, and you can sense it. And there's people up here for the wrong reasons. I'm just saying, I think us three could really run with us. I think it's a great opportunity. And again, it's all up to you. I mean, you're in power. You won the veto outright. I'm coming to you as, honestly, as a game player and as a personal relationship too, because week one, man, we all hit it off. Like, and like I told Brett, I was like, you know, after we talked at 3 a.m. that first night, I was like, dude, the talk went good. I said, you know, we're sitting here laughing on the couch, talking about how people are going to be coming and sucking up to you. And it's happened exactly like I've laid it out. But, you know, some of those friendships are true. I don't mean to say
Oh, no,
that.
I
But
gotcha.
you know what I mean? We hang out in the kitchen. We were boys before. And, I was very blindsided by it. And I know you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you're playing the game. And like I said, congrats, because you put us both in a tough spot. But I do think that this is a great and long-term option for us all. And I truthfully say this because there was a reset button. When Swaggy left, when all this crumbled, this is a golden opportunity. Nobody will see it. I know that, like you just said, season 19 repeat. Be honest with yourself. How many smart people are downstairs?
Who do you think then? Because you said, because I agree that there's always going to be those people who aren't here to win. I haven't really been paying attention to that too much this year. So I haven't really figured out who I think those people are.
All right. Well, what do you want to know?
I just want to know, who do you think is here for that, the wrong reasons?
Well, man, I'm gonna be honest. At this point, I need your trust, because, if I start talking personally about some of these people, you could spin me as something unfair. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm just out of respect. But if you're in on this, I'll spill everything, and we'll have a talk at about 4 a.m. And I'll tell you everything I know, because I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know I may look bad in these competitions, Scottie. I'm telling you right now, though. I mean, I feel like us three could do this thing, man. But again, I don't want to be throwing anybody under and talking.
No, that's fair.
Because I don't have your trust yet, you know. So, you know, it is what it is. I know this is crazy, and I know it's
crazy.
Part of you is probably thinking, still, I could send one of these guys home, and that's great, and I get that. But also, wouldn't you love to know that us two both have your back? I wouldn't even, the whole pawn thing is just an option.
Okay.
I wouldn't do that unless you were 100% okay, and the same for me. Imagine, you could win that next HOH before I do. Hell, you probably will. You're better than me at them right now. So when you do, you got me as an option. Throw me up, and then you can play whoever you want on the other side. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We have so many options. I think a public kind of blow up like this will fly under the radar for a couple of weeks. And then, like I said, by week 3, people have already forgotten. Scottie's still here, Winston's still here, Brett's still here. Oh, because people forget. You've already seen it. Nobody remembers the Steve thing. Nobody's questioning who flipped those votes.
Because they're just happy they're here.
Right. You know, so I'm just saying, take that into consideration. And I know it's a chess game. It's calculated moves. It's slow moves. But this is still a big move. I don't want you to think that this is not. Backdooring Caitlyn would be a huge move still for your game. And I'm just saying, man, I mean, I have no doubt you would be safe next week. But beyond that. But, man, I'm just still watching the screen, sorry. But
Yeah.
any other reservations, you give them to me. I mean, let me have it.
Right now, no. I'm at the point right now where I'm just going to have to sleep on it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
'Cause that's a lot.
Yeah, you can't make this decision in 20 minutes. But I had to come to you today. I knew it was time sensitive. I want you to think.